All right, let's start. Let's start the session. Uh, Thank you all for attending my session coming over here. My name is Shakir Majeed Khan, and I'm working as a senior consultant. And my topic for today is SharePoint approvals through Power Apps and Power Automate. You can see my Twitter handle, meetsmk. You can tweet me anytime, and you can email me as well. My email address is shakir.majid@gmail.com. All right, so let's switch to next slide. Yeah, mark your calendar. So there's a pretty good SharePoint conference coming up in 2021, March 23 to 25. It's not that far away. And again, it's in the Las Vegas, Nevada. Now this is thanks for all of our generous sponsor, Proficient, CoView, FPoint, Point 5, Vero, Swap, and these are a lot more, so many. Um, okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Shakir Majid Khan, and I am currently residing in Sydney, Australia. Um, and I'm working as a senior consultant. I'm working in a company name as a Webvine, and like I deal with Microsoft technology, particularly with SharePoint. And nowadays I'm working on a Power Platform, Power Apps, Power Automate, bit of Power BI, and the other stuff as well. Uh, yeah. So, and again, yeah, so I've been working in the SharePoint world for 13 years. I started my career back in 2007 or 6, yeah, 6. After working like one year or so, I jumped into the SharePoint, and then I touched SharePoint 2007, WSS 3.0, and then moved to SharePoint 2010, the SharePoint Foundation 2010, and then SharePoint Server 2013, SharePoint 2016, and after that I switched to this SharePoint Online world, Office 365 world, which is brilliant, and I really enjoyed working in this online environment and being touching so many new technology, which is so good. Uh, and yeah, and I was MCT back in 2013, so I just renewed my MCT alumni. I'm not a part of the MCT alumni. I will be conducting a couple of trainings, and then hopefully I will again achieve this MCT role, MCT title. Yeah, and I'm an MCSD, Microsoft Solution, Microsoft Certified Solution Developer, and Microsoft Certified Solution Expert as well. Yeah, and yeah, so my background is I'm from Karachi, Pakistan, and I can speak a couple of languages, which is Urdu and English. I can understand Punjabi as well, but I can speak these two languages. Yes, I'm basically from Karachi, Pakistan, but now I'm working in here in Sydney, Australia, and Sydney is my second home. Yeah, so let's move to next slide. And yeah, so what in this my demo, or in this my session, I will building up access management system from the ground level, from the zero, and then I'll create some forms on top of Power Apps, workflows based on Power Platform, and then we can see how does we make a full functional business application just to be created in a matter of quick time, like 15 minutes or so. So I would try to achieve to like create this whole application or working application from start to end. And what I've done that I've created a kind of a very simple scenario where we have like multiple roles. One is employee as who will be uploading like submitting the form, and then the form will goes to HR. Then the HR will review this, will review the request, and then approve or reject the form. And and then it goes to retail manager, and then the retail managers receive the form, review the details, approve, reject, and the retail manager can reject the form. So in the case of the rejection, it will come back to the HR, and the HR can go back and then review the form and then approve, reject, and then it can goes back and forth based on like approve and rejection. So if the HR approves, then it go to retail manager, and the retail manager approves, it go to IT. And in the case of rejection, if the IT reject, it goes back to the retail manager. And if the retail manager reject, so it goes back to the HR manager. And finally, we will come to the conclusion, and the access card would be granted. So, and the end of at the end of this whole cycle, we will send a couple of emails to all those stakeholders like the IT manager, retail manager, HR, and employee, and let them know that the whole cycle has been done, and then we are good to go. All right. Okay, so let me go to my next slide, which is kind of so what I have done that I've created two of the lists. One is the access list, and another is the approval history list. So the access list will contain all of my the submitted forms information, like who is submitting the form, and who is for the form. Either is for the vendor, either is for the employee, and like a couple of basic scenario I'm covering in this list. And then the approval, as I mentioned, is the access management system list, and then the second list would be approval history list. So the approval history list, what I'm doing is I'm just creating a logs of who has approved this form, and then we will just at any point of time the user can go and see to which this form or this whole cycle pending to, so that they can go to that particular user and then ask them, okay, why you have not approved this request or not. All right. So basically, I just try to cover those scenarios which I come across in my daily routine with the business user, and so that's the purpose of my demo, is to give you a kind of a rundown of everything which is like I've come across in my usual working scenarios, and then we will create a cool looking business application. All right, so let's just go into the demo. And so now I'll just switch it to my other screen. Let me just close this thing. And yeah, so I think you guys can see my all right, okay. So what I'll do, I will show you my 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 SharePoint site. Let me just close this thing, and I'll open a new browser, because I've opened so many tabs, and which makes you uncomfortable. Even I got confused that which steps I'm going into, which browser I'm looking into. So I'll just start from this page. So this is my communication site, which is nothing but kind of a blank site. And what I have done that I have created a couple of lists, and one list I've mentioned that this is access management list. And if you can see, like there are couple of items, a couple of entries which I have done, and I'll just remove those entries and just to make clear those stuff. I just delete these things, and yeah. And if you can see, like I have a couple of columns over here, which is title, user type, card number, status, employee name, and vendor name. And if I just go and try to see like all these are the all my columns over here: title, user type, card number, status, employee name, and the vendor name, sorry. So okay, all right. And there's another another list which I have already, which I mentioned you, that approval history. So what I'm doing, what I'm achieving over here, that I will be storing all those approval which has been sent to the users, so that I would have a whole history of who has approved and the comments as well over here. Okay, so these are my primary two of my list. And as you can see, what I have done, that I have mentioned as the access request and access request ID. So this access request and access request ID, these are the lookup columns of the managed access management. So all those, whenever our new request would be coming over here, then we will be able to add a new approval history over here, or through the through our Power Automate or the Power Apps. All right, so first what I will do, I will create a Power Apps application, and for doing it, let me just create my open my Power Apps and click on my Power Apps. Click on create canvas app from blank, and I'll choose tablet mode. All right, let me say demo access request. All right, that's good. Tablet mode, create. All right, okay, so let's get going. So now what I will do, I will create a couple of screens over here, and then I'll attach those columns from my SharePoint list, and then I'll just switch between the screens, and then I'll create my own Power Automate to manage the flow. Okay, so let's just start. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll create. Okay, so let's just have let's have two connections. One is SharePoint connection. I'll choose. So I'll create two connection. One is for the access management, and then the other one is my approval history. All right, so, okay, that's good. So that's sorted, and I'll go back to my screens, and now let me just make it as all request. And then, okay, that's good. And what I'll do, and okay, so let me just add an image, add a background image. So, and all right, so let's just make it more proper, and then I'll let me add a couple of one label as well. So I'll just mention it as a, okay, let's get going. Access, oh, come on, management system. All right, so I'll just make it as a bit, let me just, and font, let me make the font bit bold, and yeah, so that's good to go. All right, so what I'll do, I'll now add a couple of buttons over here. So button, and I'll mention it new request. So I'll add more buttons over here as, so I'll, our thing is just stuck somewhere. All right, okay, so I just, so I'll just say all requests, and just say submitted by, me, and then I'll have another one. I will have another one which is say approval history. Okay. Approval history. All right. Okay. So approval history, and then okay. All right. Okay. So for this screen, I'll consider this screen as my all request screen. So what I will do, I'll mark this color as a different color, so which mean that okay, I'm on the all request. So whichever the screens I'm into, I will make that a screen or the button of that screen as a green one. All right. Okay. So let me just create couple of more, duplicate the screen. So I'll just say this would be my submitted by me, and so the submitted by me, and then let me just copy duplicate again, and I'll just say approval history, and then okay, so history. Okay, I'm pretty bad with the spellings, so please excuse me for this thing, and I'll just approve history, and then I'll let me create another one. The last one is a new request, and then the final one, I would say I'll add a new screen, which is kind of the success screen. So I'll just say success one. All right. So, all right, that's good. So let me just update these things, and what I will do over here that I'll navigate. So I on the button click I will navigate between the different screens. So I'll just say on the select on this button. Let me go to take the user to navigate and new request. Okay, that's good. And for the all request, I'll say take the user to keep it over here, but I will just say navigate to all request. All right. Then submitted by me, navigate to submitted by me, and then approval history, and then I'll just say it to approval history. All right. So I'll just navigate to approval history, and let me change this name as success screen. All right, okay, so success screen. Okay, let me just change the name and success screen, and what I will do, I'll change the background of this one and make it as a fill. So that's shows that a part of the whole app. All right, so this is one thing I've updated these on select. Okay, so I think I have to update it somewhere else. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me just. Okay. No worries. Let me just see. I'm switching between two. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I'll just navigate to. All right, so it's not. All right. Okay. So what I will do, let me do one thing, which is our kind of a quick thing. Let me just copy this whole thing and then come over here and replace it. Click Control V. Let me remove this thing and come over here and new request and yep. Okay, so okay, remove this thing as well. And yep. All right, so that's good to go. And okay, so for all requests, and then in over here, what I will do that I'll just change the color of. No, I'm in the, as you can see, I'm on my submitted by me, and over here I'll just switch this color as a green, and then make it as a blue. All right, and for the approval history as well, so make it as a green and switch it as a blue. All right, and for the new request as well, let me just make it as a our new request as green. So this is all sorted now, and yeah. So new request is all request submitted by me and all right, okay. Okay, so there's let me just move it a bit little. All right, okay. All right, okay. I'll just leave it over here just for the sake of my demo. Let me, because I need to be very quick. All right, okay. So what I'll do, I'll just drop our data table over here, and what I'll just do that, attach attach access management over here, and what I'll do that I'll add another column over here, ID, and then the ID, and the purpose of I'll tell you the purpose of ID, why I'm just keeping this ID over here. Any case, so yeah, so we can just remove or add columns over here. So I think that's we are good to go. And what I'll do that okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, I have one cheat sheet, so let me just refer to this cheat sheet, and yeah, so I'll just say filter, and then I'll just say filter, and then so I would just say like show everything, show all those items which is greater than 0, which is kind of nothing that shows everything which is in the all request thing. All right, and what I'll do in the submitted by me, I'll do the same thing, drag and drop the add this data table, and then add access management, add again I'll add ID over here, ID column, and then click on the ID, and then ID column over here. This is what I'll do. I'll make it ID as an unvisible visible false. I'll do the same thing over here in the all request. Make it as a visible false. Though you can see over here, but in the actual when it render to the user, it won't be available to the user itself. Okay, so what I'll do that let me do the same thing. Okay, for this one, okay, for this one submitted by me table, what I'll do that I'll filter this item based per my based per the current user details. So the user I use user control sorry, formula, and then say user email should be the same as created by dot email. So whoever created okay, sorry, created those created this form, and then it will be available to them. So that's one thing. There's right, okay, submitted by approval history, and then approval history. All right, boss, I will do. Let me just take it to move it up. New request, and for the new request, what I will do, I will add a form as edit form, and I'll attach this edit form with my data source, access management, and what I'll do, I'll just take off a couple of columns over here, and then title. I shouldn't select the status from here. I'll just remove the status as well. And then these are pretty good. These are quite good. And all right. So what I will do, I'll add a button over here, and button would be submit the form. Okay, so submit the form. Let me just say submit, and okay, submit form, and then all right, okay, and let me just have another button, submit and cancel. Okay, so okay, 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 okay let me just delete this thing. I'll create a new one. Cancel this thing and cancel this. What I will do, I'll just say navigate to all requests, which is the main landing page of this form. Okay, so in the case of new requests, if someone click on the cancel button, it'll take me to the all requests screen of the form, you can say. On the submit one, okay, let me just take some notes from my cheat sheet. So I'll just say, okay, so where am I? I need to go to, yes. All right, okay, I'm again. All right, so yeah, so I'll just use this patch function. So the patch function is quite good. So what it does, that patch function allows you to add a new item in the SharePoint, like whatever the data source you have. In my case, the SharePoint. So it allow you to add or added items. So let's suppose that if you have this is your editable, updatable screen, so you can use the same button for the multiple options. So I'll just say, so this is my not on my data source. So I'll just say access. Okay, let me just go away and access management, comma, and defaults. So I'll just use the defaults one and access management, and now I have to let me go back again to my cheat sheet, and yeah, so I need to provide them which forms I need to get it updated. So what I'll do, I'll just say update this form one dot updates. So form one dot update, and then after what I'll do, I'll just say, and then what I will do, I'll just flush this form, like and then I'll navigate to success screen. So I'll just say navigate and success. But not this success, I think. Success screen. So it just success screen. Yes, this one. All right. This is the one, and if I go back to my cheat sheet, and yeah, that's good. All right. Okay. So all right. So I'm already halfway through, and right. Okay. So I need to do pretty good, pretty quick, good, pretty quick. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I pray, and this is what it is, and what I will do, that I'll just have this approval histories, and what I'll do, I will have two data table. I'll have one data table and one form, and then one data table. This would be my this would be my approval history, and then I'll just leave it as it is. And what I'll do, that I'll create a one form display form, and display form I'll just make it with display form. So what I will do, I will show the items over here, and all right, okay. All right, okay. And then this one and this one, this one and this one. Okay, that's good. Okay, so what I will do for here, I need to perform a bit of a filter over here to filter the items which is I need to show in my access in my approval history list. All right, so I'll go to my, okay, I'll just forget one thing which I have forget it. And so what I will do whenever someone clicks on the title, it um, I'll I'll navigate them to the approval history to show them the approval history. All right. So what I will do that I'll just go to my cheat sheet and then navigate to um, approval history list, approval history screen, and then data table dot selected dot ID. All right. Okay. So. So this is the thing, and let me just all right, okay. So okay, let me just go to my I've prepared one of my form over here in the morning, so let me just take a reference from here. Okay, so one thing. History and then all right, okay. So I just and go back to my history list and then yeah, okay, yes, one thing. All right, okay, let me just go back again and then copy paste something over here. So this is my parameters, like I need to put my parameters over here. To start off, I'll just say set some approval IDs and then I'll just take this off, which I don't require it now. And then I'll just say, so basically I'm doing this as we refer this the same screen from my from the Power Automate as well. So I just need to go into the multiple links and then like from the Power Automate from my email, I click on the button and then it will take me to this screen. All right, okay, navigate. So now I have set up the ID. It should pick up this ID over here. All right, okay, so ID. Okay, approval history and then ID data table. All right, okay, so data table one dot selected dot ID and then so this is the one. All right, okay, so what I'll do that's I'm going to go to approval history and then try to filter this items based on filter, and first I'll refer to my okay, so that will be all right. Okay, so all right, okay, and then yes. Okay, okay. I think for just for the sake of simplicity, I'll just leave this thing as it is over here, or I'll just. All right, okay, I'll just leave it. No, let me just do one thing over here, and then updated. So data table 1, and I'll just submitted by me. Data table 2. Just bear with me. Data table 2. Data table 2, and then data table 1. It seems like I'm just running out of the time. And data table 2, and then data table 2, and then data table 2. All right, okay. And then what I'll do that I'll filter this thing and filter yeah, so this is data table 3, and writing data table 3 dot select, and data table 3, and yeah, so the ID would be access request dot. Yes, so let me just say ID and the data. Okay, all right. Okay, so I think I'm good to go for this one. Let me just save this. Save this one. All right, okay, and share with. Let me share with everyone. Share this. Everyone in Rockshare and share, and this is I share it, and I'll just copy this link, and what I will do, I'll just put it a note over here. All right, okay. So all right, and so this is almost done, and what I will do, I'll quickly move to Power Automate. So let's just create a flow, Power Automate, and click on my Power Automate and click on create, and I'll create an automated flow. So I need to create a flow for when item is created into my access request, access list. I'll trigger this flow. All right, okay. So I need to be pretty quick because I think I'm running out of time. All right, okay. So let me just and access management, and an items created. So what I will do that. All right. So I'll initialize a variable. Um, initialize okay, variable, and initialize variable and just say status, and then I'll say status. I know the status, how my flow moves. So I just say first one would be employee. So employee, and then all right, okay. And then what I'll do that I'll create another one. So in order to create a kind of a state machine up flow, so I'll create I'll choose action do until, and do until what it does that it won't stop until the value would be approved. So what I will do that say approve, and what I'll do that I'll choose a switch case, switch case, and so what it does that switch case choose switch based on my status field. So the status is and for the first one I'll just say employee. All right, okay. So once the all right, so basically employee would update the like submit the form. So my first status would be retail manager. So I'll just say retail manager, and my first case would be retail manager, and then I'll choose HR and IT. IT. So let me just quickly do this thing, and over here I'll add an item. Okay. What I will do over here, I'll start approval process. I'll just say approve first to respond, and what I've done, then I have a couple of users, so I've choose a couple of users as a different option. Mm, uh, as of a different role. So let me know if I'm going out of the time, like above the time, Joe. Um, all right, okay. So I think I'm just. It seemed like I'm just going out of the time. All right, okay. So. And I'll choose the ID. And all right, okay, so
I see Martin Visser.
hello.
Hey.
Yeah. So
Shakir, are you done?
yeah.
Sorry,
Am I going out of the time? Am I going above the time?
No, you're good to go. You've got another 5 minutes for sure.
Another 5 minutes. All right. Okay. Let me just quickly do. All right. Okay.
That's interruption.
All right. Okay. So let me just. All right, okay. Let me just go to my one thing. I need to check it from here. Yes. Okay, all right, so all right, okay, what I'll do, I'll just delete this. All right, okay, and then so I'll just create an item over here in the approval in the my approval history, and then assign to all right, okay, so and what I'll do that I'll just over here I'll just update this form, update my item, and then approval history, and then RG to my yes. Title is and then I'll just say this would be yeah. All right, okay. So hopefully, let me just save it. And all right, again. So I'll just go with my flow and I'll just say it, save it. All right, okay. And flows, I'll just I'll just delete this one. All right, okay. So let me just go through my form, which is okay. So this is my form. All right, okay. So now I can go to, let me quickly see how is it working. And so this would be the form for all the users. So I'll just quickly go and all right, okay. Oh, so that's right, okay. So I think I've did one kind of mistake, and let me just see why it is not loading my. All right, okay. Let me know if I'm going out of the over the time, because there's always been something which is all right, okay. So new item, and I think and publish. Let's see if I can see the like I'm not able to. Yes, all right, okay. Title, employee name, I'll just say card number or something. Just say Shakir and submit. And this is completely successfully completed. And if I just go back and see, so the item has been created over here. And if I'll go back and check that okay, let me go back to my flow and see the flow, and it's running. And all right, okay, and it's running at the moment. Let's just see how's it working. All right, okay. Detail manager, item created, initial variable. And so once it seems that it's stuck somewhere. I think okay, this is approve. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just skipping all those steps and just try to see and just try to achieve, like if it's going to to the one user, and then once it is approved or rejected, it just simply ended the whole flow. So I'll give it a last try and see if it is working or not. Let me do one thing. Let me just cancel this one, and I'll just try to test it. So basically, test is nothing. Just run it again, but from the flow itself. Okay, so resubmit. All right.
I do think we're hitting my cue point.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Okay. Yeah. So what I will do? Yeah. So what I will do? I'll post this thing on my blog post and with a YouTube video. Do this thing like as a whole demo. Sorry for I'm unable to achieve what I was hoping for, but this is kind of the curse for the demo, live demo. We usually ended up like achieving something, miss and hits. Yeah, thanks all. Thanks for listening to me. I really appreciate you bear me for this whole hour. Thanks again. Thanks, Joel. Thanks, whole team. You guys doing a wonderful job, and I'm really appreciate your efforts. Thanks, guys. Thank you.